Greetings, scholars. In this lesson, you will learn how to convert measurements. Let's get started. Say you have a bag and you need to convert the weight from pounds to ounces. First, you need to ask yourself, what is the formula/equation? You need to know the conversion formula. So you'd ask yourself, how many pounds are there to ounces? Now, the nice thing is, scientists, mathematicians have already done that work for you. So you don't have to figure out the formula, you just have to apply it to figure out going from one unit to another. So the formula is 1 pound equals 16 ounces. So every 1 pound, it takes 16 ounces to equal that. So which unit is heaviest? Pounds, because you have less pounds to take up more of those units. So if the bag weighs 4 pounds, how many ounces is that? For every pound, there are 16 ounces. So think about setting up a chart. 1 pound equals 16 ounces. 2 pounds will give you 32 ounces. See, you're repeatedly adding that 16. 3 pounds gives you 48 ounces, and 4 pounds is 64 ounces. Hopefully you see a pattern that's happening there. So with that, we can multiply the number of pounds times 16. 4 times 16 equals 64 ounces. So we need the number 16 4 times. 1 pound is 16 ounces, so then 4 pounds times that by 16 is 64 ounces. On the other hand, say you are going from 80 ounces to pounds. You need to know the same formula, 16 ounces equals 1 pound. So when you have more ounces, it doesn't take as many pounds. You could also use a chart. 16 ounces equals 1 pound. 32 ounces is 2 pounds. You're counting by 16s until you reach 80. Every time you have 16 ounces, it's a pound. 48 ounces is 3 pounds. 64 ounces is 4 pounds. 80 ounces is 5 pounds. So hopefully you see again the pattern here. And this time you're dividing by 16. Every time you pull out a group of 16, that's 1 pound. So whenever you're pulling out, splitting, passing out, sharing, it's division. So we can do 80 divided by 16. So then how many 16s go into 80? 16 can't go into 8, cross that off. Then you do 16 into, let's do 20, 40, 60, 80. Let's do 16 times 4. That's 24, 4, 5, 6, 64. So we know we can go higher, so let's try 16 times 5. That's 30, 5, 6, 7, 8, and that lands right on it. So we'll do 5 times 16 is 80, subtract that out. So then you have 5. And then that's 5 pounds as your answer. So when converting from a larger unit to a smaller unit, remember to multiply. It takes more of the smaller units to make the larger unit. So if you're going from pounds, which is larger, down to ounces, which is smaller, it's going to take more ounces, so you're going to multiply. That's what a kind of little hand motion that helps me to remember. Larger to smaller, keep going, multiply. When you're converting from a smaller unit, that's not as heavy, it takes more of those units to a larger unit to divide. You're going to divide. It doesn't take as many of the larger units to convert to the smaller units. So if you're going from ounces to pounds, you're going to divide. Ounces to pounds, divide. In this lesson, you learned how to convert measurements.